extra time.
আইএসএলে এই প্রথমবার ভারতীয় ফুটবল দেখতে চলেছে কলকাতা ডার্বি। আগামী 27শে নভেম্বর আইএসএলে প্রথমবার নামতে চলেছে এসসি ইস্ট বেঙ্গল, প্রতিপক্ষ এটিকে মোহনবাগান। করোনা পরিস্থিতির জন্য এবার দর্শক শূন্য স্টেডিয়ামে খেলা হবে, কিন্তু অদূর ভবিষ্যতে সল্টলেকের যুবভারতী স্টেডিয়ামে 1 লাখের উপরে দর্শকের সামনে কলকাতা ডার্বি হওয়া নিয়ে এখন থেকেই মুখিয়ে আছেন এটিকে মোহনবাগান বোর্ডের অন্যতম ডিরেক্টর সৌরভ গঙ্গোপাধ্যায়।
They are a huge addition to the league. They're historical clubs. They have amazing fan following. You see the Salt Lake Stadium just go berserk when East Bengal and Mohun Bagan play this year. I know they won't play at the Salt Lake Stadium. They'll play in Goa on the 27th. I presume that it's a closed-door tournament this year for the ISL.
Yes.
The people will not understand the buzz till they actually see East Bengal Mohun Bagan play at the Salt Lake Stadium. Hopefully next year, because the pandemic will be over, hopefully over by then, under a full crowd and 100,000 people. It's electric. I have played cricket matches with 100,000 people. I remember we beating Australia at Eden Gardens on the famous test match in 2001, and there were 125,000 people watching that game on the last day of a test match. There was no T20 those days in 2001. So people would wait for test matches, and I think East Bengal Mohun Bagan is going to have the same attraction, same competitiveness, and same fan following when they play the next season at the Salt Lake Stadium. This year also, I'm telling you, keep watching the TRPs in the television world when both clash against each other on the 27th.
ডার্বি যুদ্ধ নিয়ে সব বয়সের মানুষের সমান উত্তেজনা। 90 মিনিটে যুদ্ধ শুরু হওয়ার অনেক আগে থেকে কলকাতার বিভিন্ন রাস্তায় ডার্বি উন্মাদনার ছবিগুলো ভেসে ওঠে। দুদলের আবেগপ্রবণ সমর্থকদের বাঁধ ভাঙা আবেগ তাড়িয়ে তাড়িয়ে উপভোগ করেন সৌরভ। সেটাই এদিন বলছিলেন, ডার্বি হারলে যে অতীত দিনের ফুটবলাররা নিজেদের আড়াল করতেন সেটাও জানাতে ভুললেন না মহারাজ।
You know, it used to be a festival when the day East Bengal played Mohun Bagan, and it normally used to be on a Saturday, starting at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It used to be at Eden Gardens initially. I used to go and watch with my father because that ground was basically used for cricket those days and for the big derbies. I never watched much of them sitting at the Juba Bharati Krangan and Salt Lake, but then by then television had also become very prominent. So you saw those live matches on TV, but you cannot imagine the atmosphere. The city used to be just engrossed in an East Bengal Mohun Bagan game, and I'm talking about when mid 80s,
Mid 80s.
say around
early 90s, yeah.
yeah, 84, 85 to even 95 till I started playing cricket for India. Not one seat used to be empty. That green and maroon and that red and gold was an unbelievable sight on a football ground. They had some great players during that era. You know, they used to have players from overseas. Majid Bhaskar was one of my favorites who played for East Bengal. Tremendous amount of skill. The local lads were unbelievable. Prashun, Prashanto, Bidesh, Manoj, Subroto Bhattacharj, Torun De. Some of those have actually played for their clubs for 18, 19 years. They've never shifted base. Someone like Subroto Bhattacharj
One club man.
played 17 years for Mohun Bagan Athletic Club. Nobody could even take them away to any other club. It's just how the attachment was. Then there was Monojit Bhattacharj from East Bengal. He used to be a defender. He also spent his lifetime in that red and gold. So there were attachments, there were passion, they got fans in, and the owners, they would give their lives for those two gloves. No money, they wouldn't make a penny out of it. Tickets were 5 rupees, 2 rupees, 3 rupees during that era to watch football. But you should have seen the excitement and the attachment of people. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to ask you about the significance and symbolism of things like Chingri and Ilish. You know, how the price of one of these two skyrockets every time, you know, depending on the outcome of the derby. Have you had personal experiences of that as well? Or maybe somebody at home has?
Absolutely, we've had. It used to be on a Saturday, so it used to be a day off from work, and people would go in the morning, buy that fish, have malai curry and hilsa curry, and get ready for the football in the afternoon. So it was picnic and it was carnival. It was carnival in the city. You know, I've seen a Man United game live many a number of times, and you wouldn't realize that it's a Man United game. When would the crowd come in? When would the crowd leave the stadium? Because the organization is so good. But an East Bengal Mohun Bagan game, you knew it was something. There would be trucks people loaded on trucks coming from various districts of West Bengal, wearing their jerseys, screaming, shouting. The game would start at 3 o'clock in the ground, but off the ground, the game would start 48 hours ago. You know, with placards, with festoons, with the colors being spread all over the city, with threats, and with perceptions that who's going to win, what's going to be the number of goals, and then you should see the reactions at the end of the day. Whichever club lost was as if life has come to an end. They wouldn't leave the club premises for hours after that. They would sit on the road in front, ask demanding explanation that why we got beaten and how we are going to get better in the next game. The attachment was unbelievable.
ছোটবেলা থেকেই ফুটবলের প্রেমে পড়েছিলেন। বাবা চণ্ডী গঙ্গোপাধ্যায়ের সঙ্গে দেখেছেন একাধিক ম্যাচ। ডার্বি যুদ্ধে তার সেরা ফুটবলার কে? এই প্রশ্ন উঠতেই মাজিদ বিস্কারকে মনে করলেন বিসিসিআই সভাপতি।
I think Baichung had a lot of impact. Baichung had a great impact on the derby. Majid Baskar had a great impact on the derby. Barreto had a great impact on the derby. Chima Okeri of Mohun Bagan, when I was growing up, he had a great impact on the derby. He was fit, strong. They played their lives in this city, and they've stayed back in this city after that. They haven't gone back to their country except Majid Baskar, who probably has gone back to Iran. But some of them have just made this city their home with their families, and they still live with that football. I used to actually train with some of them when I played cricket. I used to train with Baichung. I've seen Chima Okeri train. People talk about 6-packs, 7-packs now. 20 years ago, he had as much as anybody in this business, anybody on a sports ring. Fit, strong, sit up, the fitness culture. I've seen them very, very closely, and it was a great sight. And for me, the passion was just unreal. And a lot of people say that, what is it about Kolkata football? For me, the first word which came was passion and attachment, and that remained forever.
তবে শুধু পুরনো দিন নয়, আগামী 27শে নভেম্বরের মহারণ নিয়েও একই রকম উচ্ছ্বসিত সৌরভ। আইএসএলের মঞ্চে প্রথম ডার্বি যুদ্ধে তার ফেভারিটকে জানিয়ে দিলেন অকপটে।
This for the first time they'll play. I hope we have a good season again. We won it last year. You don't expect to win every season, but I'm a big supporter of our coach. I think he's got the passion and heart to win ISL. He's won it for us a couple of times. This is twice, and one season we won with another coach when he went away to Pune. So Habas has a lot of say in Atletico Mohun Bagan, and I'm extremely happy that I was involved in both the teams, Mohun Bagan and East Bengal, playing ISL. There's a lot of backroom work which was required to get both of them involved, because I personally felt that it is good for the tournament. Good teams actually makes tournaments successful, and I think these two teams with their history will make the tournament successful. I'm looking forward to the 27th game, Atletico Mohun Bagan and East Bengal, the first big derby in ISL, and just for the East Bengal fans, and I think I would just want to say that we'll win that game.
লেটেস্ট নিউজ আর এক্সক্লুসিভ ভিডিওর সঙ্গে আপডেট থাকতে এখনই সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেল। বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করতে ভুলবেন না যেন।